What's going on, everybody, YouTube and casters? We are here with another Elestrals for the fronts and everything. As we see here, I'm playing with a totally new deck this time. As you can see, I'm going first, as I like to go sometimes. And this is a pseudo Majesty deck. I'm still missing a Poseidon to make it a full-on Majesty deck, but this is basically a Majesty deck minus a couple things. And other to it, it is a water, earth Elestral deck, and not a... I'm pretty sure it's Earth and Water Celestial anyway, but I play first. I play my station in defense position, and that's all I'm able to do in my first turn. As for my opponent, he gets his cards up. I don't know why he would do that, but hey, I'm not going to judge anybody. And this is the first time playing this opponent as well. But luckily for them, a very good card they play. As he is sitting here trying to figure out what to do. Look over his cards, figure all that out. He is going to play Drop a Leaf, which, lucky enough, after you use 2 spirits to enchant it, allow you to take as many cards as you want out of your hand, put them back into your deck, you shuffle your deck, and then you pull out the same amount of cards plus 1 from the top of the deck, which is very good, but becomes very expensive. You can have up to 3 cards of each, as we know, in a deck. So if you were to use 3 Drop a Leaf through one game, that's 6 spirits you're using up right there. That's a good chunk of your deck trying to get what you need, and then say you do that every 2 turns and you've lost, and you've played a stadium card, or you cast an Elestral. That's so many cards just getting taken out by Drop a Leaf. That's 2 to 3 cards a turn that you're using to try and shuffle your deck a little bit. It's very difficult. It's definitely one of those. But he brings Soiled in, which he says uses the ability to change my station into attack position because I expended 1 water attack, 1 spirit. He knocks his camera over. We're not professionals here, ladies and gentlemen. This is all amateurs right now. We're all working to become professionals. Let's just not judge that at all. But because I expended 1 water spirit, I was able to swap my station's attack and defense and nullifying this attack. But for some reason, he tells me that that Soiled has 6 attack, when Soiled, in hindsight, looking later, Soiled has only 5. So I didn't see anywhere on Soiled's card where it says when it comes out, it gets +1 in attack, because he does not have, he let me know, he does not have the stadium for the wind spirits to put them +1 for attack and defense for every air. For every Lycanroc enchanting them. So I don't know where the 6 attack... In hindsight, this was a bad play on everyone's end here. For some reason, he said 6 instead of 5, because if he would have attacked my station at 6, because I was able to swap its attack and defense, then because I had my station in defense, he had swapped it into attack. It should have been him attack a 6 attack my station, thus destroying my station, and not my station, but destroying a Soiled. But that did not happen, just because like I said, we're new to this, and the meta is still being built. Nobody's perfect yet. Nobody in this entire meta is perfect yet. A-Drive might make some mistakes. People who've been playing these a lot since last year when the prototype was out could probably make mistakes too. But we're just going back and forth on this is what's great about coming in Kickstarter and Founders, is that we're able to learn this stuff from the ground up, instead of coming in year or two, like in year 2 or 3, when so many people are good at this and you're sitting there, because it does take a good bit to master this. Now on my turn, as you see, I draw when I draw, and then I play Spine Nymph. I started with an attack, but before I went and did anything else, as you can see here, I am also riffing with him a little bit about a couple things and trying to figure things out. And I can't remember what I did there, but yeah, I'm I'm talking about things for the meta and everything here, and I'm about this is about the Nexus mechanic more than likely. Like I'm still a little confused on the Nexus mechanic, but I decided I was like, oh shoot, let me not put my spine in attack. Let me put it in a defense in case he was to bring out a Elestral and a Sense Swirlet into something else. But I'm about to end my turn, and my opponent, I don't know why they did this, decided they were going to um, they were going to that my station is a 6. If I swap it, it's attack for defense, which I do expend the Water Spirit, allowing me to do that, and I'm able to take out his Swirlet. Now, I do feel foolish because if I would have just put Spine Nymph in attack position, which would have been foolish anyway because Spine Nymph is at 1 attack. So yeah, I would have been able to double. I would have been able to attack him for one spirit, which looking back, hindsight probably would have been might have made this game completely different. But me being me, just didn't do that. So his turn comes up. He draws. I make a joke about taking out an Celestial once every few games. He drops another Drop Elite, which having 3 cards sometimes is a benefit. But when it comes to Drop Elite, like I said, you could have 3 of these, which he told me he does. And if you happen to get all 3 without having Ambrosia or a Quackle or something like that, depending on your spirits that you have, to bring back 3 spirits, you're definitely going to be hurting yourself with 6 spirits. So he does the whole thing. He puts 3 more cards back into his deck. He draws 4 cards because it's 3 plus 1. And he does take a minute to shuffle, which, that is what it is. As we continue on here, it's just one of those things that Drop Elite, I've learned, is definitely one of those ones that I would say at least 2 in your deck are like mandatory. Because I've had multiple matches, I've had multiple like practice draws where it's like if I have Drop Elite, I would definitely benefit from that over not, just because of how many times it's like I get the draw and it's just absolute awful hand. So he gets this, he grabs himself an Astrabit, which its ability allows you to look at the top 3 cards from your hand. You then get to pick one from your deck, pick which one you want to keep, and then you set the other 2 back into your deck, and then you shuffle your deck. Well, it doesn't say, and then you shuffle again, even though I don't believe it says on Astrabit's deck to card to actually shuffle, so it's like implied. If you don't want to shuffle, what I suggest to do is to cut your deck, put those 2 cards in the middle, or like cut a couple times, put those cards in there, and then cut back, and then go from there. Just my thoughts there. So that's basically all he was able to do. And then he was able to put on a counter rune, and that was his turn. And yeah, that was his turn. Wants to keep... I don't know why he kept telling me how many cards were in his hand. That's not something you have to do. So my turn's up next, as I will draw a card. Looking at a couple of things, I draw a card, and then I will put Spine Nymph, as you will see, in attack position. I will ascend Spine Nymph to Latagon. I expend 1 Water Spirit to swap my station's attack for its defense. I take out his Astrabit. I attack and take out his Astrabit. And then I am able to attack again with Laganodon to the Spirit deck, taking out 2 more Spirits. And then it's his turn, but unfortunately for me, I'm still getting used to doing this whole switching back and forth. This is only my 3rd time recording doing games, and I gotta just remember to swap as soon as I say I end my turn. I should have my hand on the mouse ready to swap. So I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my cards, I'm just like, all this, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I swap again. As you see, I expended 1 more one more thing to swap my station from a 1 to 6 to 6 to 6 attack instead of 1. Then I'm like, oh shoot, I need to swap. He then ascends Aeromare. He brings out Aeromare. And then this is where the game basically changes as he plays Necklace of Harmonia. Necklace of Harmonia attaches, you have to have 2 on it, and it boosts Aeromare by 5 at the cost of 2 spirits per end phase. And this is where the game turned into his favor. He attacks, he destroys Lotagon, and is left with 6 spirits as this time his turn is over. So basically, because of this card and everything that's been going on, the fact that he did 2 Drop of the Leaf at this time, right now I'm in the winning position. If I can get one card to be played in my next turn or 2, I win. That is basically this. I win. Unfortunately, as he's explaining the Necklace of Harmonia and what the detriment, it is a good card, but it's also it's basically a poison pill. This is basically a poison pill to you. That it's one of those it's like one of those poison pills that you're going to be able to take it, but it boosts you up but also weakens you. Weakens you as it goes. It's going to boost up your Elestral, while also, as long as you want to keep it, it still hurts you. So after every end phase, he has to expend 2 spirits for as long as he wants to keep it. So I draw, hoping, because he has 6 at this time, he tells me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So turn 3 basically won him the game, unless I can get an Earthquake to pop up. I play Clovey in defense position, which, as you can see right here, is basically because Clovey allows you to, once you give it 1 Earth Celestial, to draw a card. So basically, if you want to, like, say you keep Clovey the next turn, you want to give another Earth Celestial, Earth Spirit to be able to. But as you can see, my reaction, I did not get what I wanted. So I'm pretty much I'm in defense position. I'm in the defense mode right now. There's literally nothing I can do. I probably should just put my station in defense just to protect myself, but I foolishly did not. I let him go to his next turn. So he's down to 4 spirits right now because at the end of each end phase, he has to expend 2. So he was at 6. He's actually down to 2 if I'm correct. Oh, he's down to 4. No, he was down to 6 after his end phase. After my end phase, he's down to 4. So then he ascends. This was basically endgame, pretty much, but I was holding out hope for something. But he does ascend his Aeromare into Glidesdale, destroying the Necklace of Harmonia, saving his spirit deck, basically. So that's how you get rid of the Necklace of Harmonia. Keep it on as long as you can until you get to a point where you can just absolutely just do what he's about to do, and that is get Aeromare up. And because he ascended from Aeromare to Glidesdale, Aeromare connects to, becomes an artifact on Glidesdale, allowing Glidesdale to attack twice. Now, I must preference this by, I don't know if it has to be a wind spirit for this effect to happen, or if it doesn't matter what winds, if it's a wind spirit, or if it could be any spirit that enchants Aeromare. I do hope like somebody who knows the rules more better can actually tell me in this position right here if this matters, if the spirit matters, if it needs to be a wind spirit or whatever, or any spirit matters. Because if it's a wind spirit that's needed, then this entire thing right here just went the wayside. If it doesn't matter, then it's whatever. But he's able to attack twice. He can take out both of my Clovey and my Mustation, which of course Mustation takes it and makes it so I lose 1 extra spirit because of the difference, knocking me down to whatever is needed left. So he takes down 1 extra of my spirits. I'm still in a high position right now because he has 2 spirits left going into turn 5. If I'm able to pick up an earthquake right here and destroy Glidesdale, I win no matter what, pretty much. With whatever else came out here, I win. Unfortunately, did not get that earthquake. I do not get it. I'm in defense mode. I do what I can do, which there wasn't much I could do. So I'm looking at my cards, trying to figure out what I want to use. It was after this game I was like thinking, if I put Trident or Poseidon in my because I don't have Poseidon, but if I was put Trident and Poseidon, maybe something could have been different. But I put Tadpuff in defense position. It was literally the only move I could do. And yeah. So that was all I can do. That puts me in defense position. Did I not change the camera again? I'm pretty sure I must have missed the chance. Oh wait, here we go. I gotta remember to do that. But yeah, he then takes and which the reason, and the next he draws his card, he misenchants. He misenchants Soylent in attack position. The reason he misenchanted is he's out of Wind Spirits. So if he had a Wind Spirit, he would have been able to take my Tadpuff, which reversed it into defense from a defense into attack, and would have ended this game probably in this turn more than anything. He takes out the Soylent with Tadpuff with Soylent, and then takes out 2 more spirits with his Aeromare twice, making it 4 spirits in all. I am basically on the ropes. I needed an earthquake to show up in this next turn. And as you'll see here, he does it twice, 2 each time, and that was that. On my turn, this turn, I know what exactly I drew. I knew exactly what I drew here. I drew Majesty, which I did not need at this time. I needed an Earthquake. Just to even be able to do anything, I needed Earthquake here. Because this was it. This was turn right here. So the only thing I really could do, and I play so I have I have 7 spirits left in my spirit deck after this play. Because of how many spirits he takes out for me. I play the only move I have pretty much, and it sucks because if I would have gotten an Earthquake, this game is over again, because all I would have to do is I could have been able to do something in the next turn. But I play Equilinox in corner and in defense position, and that's pretty much all I could do. He draws, and he does the only thing he can do, because at this time he has 1 spirit left. 1 spirit. He has 1 Thunder Spirit left. Again, if I get Earthquake on any of the last 2 turns, I take out his Aeromare. He's got literally nothing, but he plays Quackle in defense position, attack position, which basically is an Ambrosia for Thunder, allowing him to get 3 Thunder Spirits back. Saving his spirit deck, basically, because again, if I would have got Earthquake on any of on this turn, on the previous turn, on turn 3, 4, or 5, if I would have got an Earthquake, or 6, I would have been able to win this game, no problem. Unfortunately, he takes that. He takes out my spirit. Takes out my 1 Equilinox. He attacks for 5 spirits overall, basically. And that was game. That was basically game right there. He wins. I had 2 spirits left, but I had no other move. So I drew 1 card. It was not an Earthquake. And that was the end of the game. So I came this close, so close to winning this game. All I needed was an Earthquake to show up. And it's very disappointing, the fact that I came very close to winning this game. All I needed was 1 Earthquake. I had 2 Earthquakes in the water deck, and I really don't think I need to have 3 It's just bad luck, bad drawing. If I have a drop of leaf in here too. If I would have gotten that, I could have possibly had a chance of getting an earthquake. But unfortunately, as I see here, I'm looking through all the last. These are all the cards that were in my hand. November Gem was there. The Crack King. As you can see, I keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have taken me 9 more turns without a drop of leaf to get an earthquake. As you saw before, that was Nectar of Gods, but still. But that is the latest episode of webcam battles for you guys. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on the next one.